Today's program has been brought to you by TechServe, New York's original and still the best Apple computer, iPod, and iPhone store and repair shop. For more information, visit techserve.com. You're listening to Heritage Radio Network, broadcasting live from Bushwick, Brooklyn. If you like this program, visit heritageradionetwork.org for thousands more.
We talk about food, we talk about music, with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, Snacky Tunes.
All right, that was just Beacon off of the Nobody EP, who will be playing live later today. Welcome to Snacky Tunes. I'm one half of your host, Greg Bresnitz. Darren is still out on his TV sabbatical. We have a packed show today. We also have Amanda from Other Music to talk about the record fair at Smorgasburg this Saturday.
Yes, that's right.
And we'll get to a little bit. But first, sisters, Alicia and Allegra?
Yes.
Yes! That's all the Italian. Everything else I'm just going to feed to you. The Antinori Sisters? Winemakers.
One is a winemaker.
One is a winemaker.
Me, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, how did the duties divvy up between the sisters?
I'm, as you said, I'm the winemaker, and I looked after sales in the last 10 years, especially in Asia and also in the US market. I've lived here for 2 years. And Allegra instead
means that I take care of all the hospitality.
Oh, okay.
So, in our different estates, we've got various different estates in Tuscany. We're closed to public, mostly. So we only invite our clients and our friends to come to visit us. So our hospitality is very important because in Italy, wine and food are very important to go together. And also we have brought the hospitality out. Doing restaurants, so we have different projects. It's a small activity that we do, but we have a few cantinette Antinori around the world and some other projects that we're developing.
And is just the two of you in the family, or is it a bigger family business?
No, there's a third sister, the eldest, and she is the vice president of the company. And she takes care of all the image and communication of all our family business.
So you have estates from all over the world, and then how do you focus on which wine goes where and how you get your grapes? And does one place have specific flavors, or is it, do you spread it out over the different places?
Each winery that we own is in a different location, a different area, and I would say that each wine is different because it comes from a different area, and this for us is very important. Using indigenous grape varieties that come from that area, which makes a difference from one area to the other, one estate to the other.
We have, just to tell you, 8 different estates in Tuscany.
Just Tuscany alone.
But each estate has its own individual. Not only cellar and also reception, so house or a castle or a villa or whatever, one of these things, but also as people. So every estate is managed differently, which obviously this is very important to give personality to the wines.
They're independent one from each other.
Yes,
basically.
they're completely independent.
Yeah? Do you have a favorite or a second favorite? I know people don't like to pick.
Yes, wine is something that is completely influenced by nature still. So probably each one of us can have a favorite for romantic reasons or emotional reasons, but also wines change every year, especially when they are estate wines. So one year it may be a fantastic vintage and I may love that wine. The year after maybe the same wine Alessia may like because it's got different characteristics. It's very personal wine, isn't it?
Absolutely. But probably there's one which we are totally in love with, all the family, which is has been a very important wine for us and for our family because it is traditional and extremely innovative, which is a wine called Tignanello, which is, would say, the first Super Tuscan ever made. And it has been, the wine has been created, invented in the 1970s, and it's a blend of Sangiovese, which is an indigenous grape variety, as I was saying before, with an international grape variety called Cabernet. And the blend together made a wine quite unique because of the reasons also Allegra was mentioned before.
And what emotion is tied to that wine?
Because, in my opinion, I think it's really attached to our land, our homeland, close to where we live in Florence, and it really also represents our family because, as I said, a lot of tradition because of the history, 600 years of history in our family in the wine production, and also a lot of innovation because there's been an extremely innovative wine in the 1970s.
Amazing. So, what brings you to New York this week?
This Cantinetta pop-up, which is actually the first pop-up that we have been making, also because the Cantinetta is a very small restaurant that was born in Florence in our house, which is called Palazzo Antinori, which is in the central part of Florence, with the typical sense to it, in the sense that the Cantinetta was a little room in the ground floor of the palazzo with a little window that would give an offer to the people that would walk by the window all the products that would come from the countryside. And this was typical of the older families that would own territories or estates in the countryside. So at the beginning, it was born with the idea of selling the Chianti Classico wine, the prosciutto, the cheeses, the eggs made from our estates. And then it only had 60 places, and it still remained like this. So we still offer, now you enter into the palazzo to go and sit in the restaurant. It's a tiny place, particular because it's in a Renaissance palace, and it's remained completely traditional. And so with this idea, we opened one in Zurich in the 90s, at the beginning of the 90s, and then in Vienna, and then they asked us in Russia. And we decided to do it because for us Italians, it is very, very important to drink wine with food. And also, as being such an old family and having such a lifestyle and a style in a way as well, the best way would take people in our home. So why not take our home to the people? So this was a bit the idea of the cantinetta. So the pop-up makes it, it's a modern way, it's a shorter way, but I think it's, very, very exciting, very stimulating. So we'll see. We're going to do it open. The opening will be tomorrow evening.
And the food, I mean, obviously from your hometown, the food is pulled from the country, but from the different countries that you're in, and especially for tomorrow, where are you getting the food from? How does it compare to the original, or what might be some of the differences?
Well, now you find very good food also here. You have fantastic Italian supermarkets, but whatever we're doing, we will make here. You cannot take from Italy meats, you cannot take from Italy prosciutti yourself or anything, but you do find very good products. And we have our cook that came expressively from Italy to cook. So it's mostly the way you cook things, because we're going to have like the gnudi, which are very, very traditional, very light spinach and ricotta rolls, but it's the way you make them, which is very, very special. Then we're going to have our crostini, and we're going to have a little bit of truffle. It's the way that you cook with ingredients, but you can find good ingredients here now.
So mostly you're going to be showcasing wines, obviously, but then technique and execution, if you were there, just to get an idea of what you could expect if you went to the original.
Absolutely, it's the same recipes. We also have a book on the cantinetta recipes.
Tell us about the book.
Yes, it was made from an Austrian publisher, and I came in New York last year and I spoke with an American publisher who also took the idea from the Austrian publisher. So they got together, and it was translated in English, and it's all the recipes of the cantinetta, which actually at the end are the recipes of our house, because in Italy every family has its own recipes that go on generation after generation, no? And they're very different, so it depends on how much water you use or which kind of olive oil. For us, it is so important, the basics, the ingredients, but also all our mothers and the mother of our mothers have been cooking. We don't go out so much to have dinner. We have people coming in our houses for dinner. This is our tradition and our way of living, in a way. Also because in Italy, children remain in the family much longer. So obviously the dinner is very important, and the lunch.
And then with the meal itself, wine is going to play a center stage. What wines are you excited to showcase tomorrow?
We're going to have the Montenisa as our first wine, which is our wine coming from Franciacorta in Lombardia, the northern part of Italy.
I can explain it too if you want. After we are having the a white wine with the salad with prawns, which is a perfect combination also because this white wine has quite a good acidity, so it's perfect also with the prawns. And it's a Chardonnay 100%. And then we are having the Tignanello that I was mentioning before because it had to be there with the spinach and ricotta gnudi that Alliga was mentioning, which Tignanello has quite an interesting and good structure, and also the spinach and ricotta is quite a I would say consistent first course. And then after we're having the sliced tenderloin beef with the Guadaltasso, which is our wine, is our wine that we're producing Bruciato, which is the second wine that we produce in our estate in Bolgheri, which is by the coast in Tuscany, which instead is a blend of international grape varieties, Cabernet and Merlot.
And so how does one get to go? Are there still tickets?
I think there's
A few.
A few.
A few.
Yes.
as for yesterday. So I don't know. I think it's. But
There are still a few
Yeah.
places because there's 2 rounds. I think one
Okay.
at 7:30, one at 9:30.
Website information?
it's at the Mondrian Hotel.
Okay.
So I think it's on the website of the Mondrian Hotel.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to tomorrow night. It should be amazing and incredible. Is there anything else that anyone should do to prepare for tomorrow?
No, just come hungry
Hungry,
Okay.
don't eat and don't drink, especially.
Okay.
and thirsty.
Thank you so much. We have a track from our upcoming live digital comp, the third one, Emil and Friends, from one of our episodes last year. And then we have Amanda, who's going to talk about the record fair and Smorgasburg this Saturday. You're listening to Snacky Tunes.
Cheshire Cadillac slicking its lips to a faraway place with a landing strip. Pull me like a string toy, watch your mouth punch me in the stomach and the world pops out. Madame with a cigarette stares, say la vie, no underwear. Alibaba and the 40 thieves, looting for gold like you wouldn't believe. Looting for gold like you wouldn't believe. Businessman on a 2-way street and a ring on his finger and a lion in his sheath. Whoa, Betty Draper's raging on the front lawn with a rifle in your face and a bathrobe. Madame with a cigarette stares, say la vie, no underwear. Alibaba and the 40 thieves looting for gold like you wouldn't believe. Looting for gold like you wouldn't believe. We are not, I confess, a bunch of DJs taking your requests. So what should I wear tonight? Tonight. Example set by mother and man, raised up a girl with a gun in her hands. Polish up a quarter, put it in the machine. Lovers only know what you let them say. Madame with a cigarette stares, say la vie, no underwear. And pretty little legs with hips for hats. Isn't much more we can say about that.
That was just Emil and Friends.
Oh,
Yeah. So, Amanda, welcome to the show.
thanks for having me, Greg.
No problem.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we're sitting so close to. I mean, it's just the two of
We're
us.
just gazing in each
just
other's eyes.
staring.
It's either you or watching everyone eat pizza.
I still kind of. I never get over like watching people eat. As the type of people like, and I also want to be like, it's Monday. Like, I mean, I'm here for the show and you're here for promotion,
Packed
but like
house.
packed house at Roberta's.
a late Monday afternoon lunch.
Yeah. So welcome. Let's talk record fair.
Yes, let's talk about it. The Brooklyn Flea Record Fair. This is its 5th year. I jumped in last May and have made it into a biannual event inside of Smorgasburg, down by the Williamsburg waterfront.
Shout out to Eric,
Yes, Eric Dimby. Without any of this, could not be possible.
who also hosted the closing party at La Fooding,
Yes.
which was amazing. The campfire.
Yes, everything Eric is involved in with the Brooklyn Flea is incredible. It utilizes space so well and merges food and entertainment and fun. And, I'm just really happy to be involved with what he's been working on, and specifically with incorporating records with
So how are the records?
Smorgasburg.
How are the records being incorporated? I'm a record fan. What
Great.
can I expect?
Well, you take your ideas of a regular record fair, which is a bunch of people setting up tables with vinyl, some rare, some easier to come by, but maybe at a nice price. And then you also put in there record labels who will be bringing their own stock and selling it. The people who have founded the labels, essentially, and people who work for the label will be there selling it to fans for the day.
And so who are some of the labels that'll be there? Who can you come meet?
Well, you can meet a lot of people. We have some veterans of the fair like DFA, Excel, True Panther, Domino, who have been doing it. Minimal Wave, one of my favorites.
I don't think I know Minimum Wave.
Minimal Wave, it's this woman, Veronica. It's all amazing, obscure 80s synth.
Oh, sounds awesome.
She'll actually be having a few records that have not been released yet that she'll be selling early for the day. And then we have a few newcomers this year. Warp will be involved.
Awesome.
With the Flying Lotus record coming out.
Oh, yeah. What are you going to be doing with Flying Lotus?
He will be there on site autographing the new album.
Amazing.
Yes.
This is just keeps getting better.
Yes. And, another new addition to the label family I'm really excited about is that Merge from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, will be driving up for the day, selling a couple new releases, selling T-shirts, record. What are the things that you cover your
slip mats?
Slip mats. They'll be debuting the Merge slip mat as well.
So, how do you recommend you attack this type of thing? Do you go there? Do you get some food? You kind of
come
browse?
early. The earlier, the better. People start circling around 10:30 before boxes are even unpacked. That's when you're going to get the best items. But if you're not as much at getting the first peek at everything, then wait a little bit later in the day.
Let the enthusiasts pick over the
Exactly.
carcass.
Get some food. Prioritize where you want to go first. There's going to be a lot to take in. 32 tables total.
Which, that's huge. I mean, last year was half that, maybe?
Last year was 32.
Oh, really?
That's as many as we can take on right now.
Let me just tell you about my spatial recognition skills, which is not very good.
But what's exciting as well, because it is the same amount of vendors, but it is going to be a little more crazy this year because, as you might know, Smorgasburg now has an on-site bar.
Which is incredible.
Yes.
Because there's nothing more like eating a semicita and having a beer.
Yes. That's what I had on Saturday.
So good.
So good.
It's tough between that and the fried anchovies.
Oh, I love those too. Yeah.
Maybe we'll share an order. Those things are kind of intense to eat one by yourself.
Right. No, you can't.
So who's the liquor sponsor going to be?
Or the beer sponsor is Dogfish Head.
Love it.
From Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Sam is, a hero of mine, and I love what he does with beer, and I was really happy that he wanted to get involved. He does a record fair as well in Rehoboth Beach, Analog A Go-Go. And so...
Wait, say the name again?
Analog A Go-Go.
That's a good name.
They have an annual fair in June on site at the brewery. So they will be there. We'll have 3 of their beers for sale in the bar, a pumpkin ale, the 60-minute IPA, and then a special beer that was music-inspired. It's the Bitches Brew, inspired by Miles Davis. So we'll have all 3 of those on site.
And then our good friend Joey Chow will be the ambassador for the day.
Yes.
Which will be funny.
Which I don't know what that entails.
Yeah, I don't know what that entails. Predictions for Joey. Do you think he'll wear a jacket? Smart jacket.
I hope he wears a jacket with a lot of badges and...
Flair.
Yes.
And then
maybe a top hat.
Have any of the labels said, hinted at some special releases, maybe some things that'll be there that you should really want to get there early for?
There are a few things that are out of print that will be for sale. Captured Tracks found a couple leftover copies of the first Soft Moon LP pressing. I think 14, I believe. So they'll have those for sale. Something I'm really excited about is K9 Records.
Love Leo.
Yes, exactly.
He's been on here before, and Zambri played a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He is reissuing the first Grizzly Bear album, Horn of Plenty, from way back in the day, and it's coming out officially in January, but he'll be selling them on Saturday.
I mean, that's
so that's
huge.
what, 3 or 4 months early.
That's amazing.
You can buy it for the day.
And can we also just say capture tracks? Like, how
Yes.
many good bands are on that label?
Too many.
They
have too many amazing bands involved.
I just hunted them down, and they're going to do a residency in the Ace in December.
Nice.
Which I love, which you've done.
Yes.
And I was like, please come and play. I want to hear
That's
four
fantastic.
hours of what they're inspired by every week.
Totally.
And then also the food.
There's so much
just-
food.
It's going to be amazing. So what are the nuts and bolts and details? Where can people find the entire lineup and the amazing poster designed by none other, Jess Rotter?
Yes, Jess Rotter has been doing our poster, which is amazing. You can go to the Brooklyn Flea website to get all the details under Smorgasburg. It's on the blog. It's pretty easy to find. The exact address is 27 North 6th Street, right on the Williamsburg waterfront.
It's kind of hard to miss.
Yes.
I mean, it's actually
right
impossible
by
to miss.
the edge, the condos.
Oh, and then the last... That's a beautiful
And the
reference.
ferry.
And the ferry. I would use the ferry as a reference point.
The edge. I just like to say.
And then
the
there will
edge.
also be DJs throughout the day.
There will be DJs.
Who will be DJing?
Jesper Eklo from Endless Boogie will be doing a set. DFA will be DJing. A new signing on XL, Rat King, will be spinning a set. And Peter from Domino Records
Really?
will be gracing us with
Will
his
be-
presence.
Oh, okay. Well, this is awesome.
Peter wanted to DJ back in like July. He was like, I have to do a set. So I expect it's going to be really amazing.
That is
It's had
amazing.
months to plan it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks so much for having
You're
me.
going to have a little pizza with me, right?
Yes. Pizza.
Some salad.
Yes.
So Beacon is up next. Just a few announcements. Also this Saturday, the Village Voice Pour event that we will be DJing at. You can go and get tickets at villagevoice.com. Sample hundreds, literally thousands, possibly millions of all different types of beers, microbreweries and beyond. It should be an amazing event. They've extended it this year to 2 different segments to kind of help with the staggering demand they had last year. So just go to villagevoice.com to find tickets. And then also October 14th, it's the annual Craig Murphy celebration. We saw for a friend that passed away, and the annual hummus contest will be next Sunday as well. So go online and look for details, and yeah, it'll be good.
And now my hands are clean from tearing down the temples that I built for you. And I sang songs of praise and love. I sang songs of burying you alive. See, I had to tear it down. 'Cause my faith was just a cloud. One I can't believe that I allowed to blind me for this My hands, they can't stop shaking at the realization I can't find someone to miss if I try. I'm sifting through my memories, but I can't find a recollection worth the worship that weighs me down and drags me to 'cause it's not bad recollections, false worship of lovely effigies. The sound
Man, Joe, your computer is so slow, I can't even use this thing.
Yeah, I should probably get a new one. Do you have any suggestions?
Oh, totally, man. You should go to TechServe.
Okay, what's so good about TechServe?
Well, they've got this awesome new insider program that's free when you get a new Mac with Apple Care. So you should buy your computer there because you get 50% off data transfer, free loaner computers, front-of-the-line repair privileges, an annual Mac tune-up service, backup consultation and setup, seminars, and much more.
Okay, yeah, where's TechServe?
It's at 119 West 23rd Street in New York City. They're New York's premier authorized Apple reseller and service provider, and you should totally check out techserve.com for more information.
All right, that settles it. I'm headed to TechServe.
Welcome back to Snacky Tunes. We have got Beacon in the studio. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure, I'm Jacob.
I'm Thomas.
Welcome. I like you guys' setup. They're very symmetrical in a way.
Yeah.
Why don't you give our listeners a little bit of background on who you guys are? How you came to be?
Well, we met at school, at Pratt,
Okay.
in Brooklyn. So, and that was like maybe six or 7 years ago. And we've just, been friends, been collaborating on different things since. And then when we finished school, just kind of was diving into making music together.
Is this your first project together, or that like you put out EPs, or were there other ones?
Yeah, first musical project really. We did some collaborations in school that were more like visual art collaborations, but music-wise, yeah, this is the first thing we've done together.
And has it just been the two of you? Okay.
Yeah.
So how did this kind of come out of the other projects? Strip away the other parts and this take form?
Yeah, I think. Well, we were doing these performances together that were more visual, like kind of on the line between performance art and musical performance. And that shift happened when we just started getting closer into writing songs. Started building more of a studio musician practice, because we were performing songs for like months and months before we ever even tried to record them. And so that was kind of a transition for us.
And there's still a strong visual element to your performances now, or is it?
Thank you.
We'll talk about how you got there in the second part. But so you're on the road with Tycho.
Yeah, I went on the road with him. Came back, did a lot of shows in New York and kind of this kind of area, like Philly, DC, Boston type thing. So, and then of late, just been recording a lot, like working on finished the new EP, and then working on new material now. So.
Where'd you play in Philly?
Where did we play? We played at
UPenn.
UPenn, yeah.
UPenn with Tycho, and then we went down again, and we played at the church there.
Oh, R5 Sean Agnew. The first Unitarian church.
First Unitarian church.
That's I grew up going to shows there, like at the drive-in, Get Up Kids. That's what they used to book back when I was 14, 15, or last week, whatever. That's cool. I'm all right with that. Do you guys want to play a song?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What's the first one you're gonna play?
This song is called "Safety's Off." This is off the new EP.
Okay.
For now.
Great. We're gonna let them get set up, and we have Beacon live on Snacky Tunes. You kind of lit up when they said the church, Amanda.
Oh, I really love that. Did you?
I do as well. Shout out to R5 and Sean.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine at the drive-in.
It was awesome.
Unitarian church.
It was amazing. It was a different time. Smaller.
Ready?
Awesome. Good. I think good Monday vibes. Really good Monday vibes. And also, it's great because when you see those setups, like many different notes could come out of there.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So, you let the cat out of the bag, Ghostly. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did that come about?
We put out our first EP on a label called Mood Gadget, and this guy, Jacob Alexander, who was like a big supporter early on, works for Ghostly as well, and liked the stuff and kind of passed it along. And it kind of happened pretty organically from there. We met all those guys, and it was a pretty comfortable situation, so just kind of slid right into it.
I mean, it's kind of really nice when you hear a story that just kind of happens very simply. It's kind of like,
Totally.
That's kind of probably drives a lot of bands up the wall, but the apathy. No roadblocks, no nothing, no. At least one day of like, they didn't get back to me.
No, I mean, it's just like I think they really responded to Nobody, and they were the first ones to kind of like invite us to sit down and talk, and that conversation just went really well. And they had like some good advice for us, like right out of the, like things that we should be focusing on right away, and that was how we were feeling. And so yeah.
What was some of the advice they gave you?
They were pretty much saying like, I think we, that just like don't let the ball drop, like just keep moving forward, because this is kind of like, this is starting to gain momentum, and just to not necessarily sit on it and keep moving. And that's kind of, and they were also the first ones to ask us is like, what you guys want, like why would you want to work with a label, which we thought is actually like a really wise question to ask from a label's perspective.
What was your response?
Pretty much that just the experience of putting out our first EP in that way, in this way of kind of like pulling together all these assets, like working on a cover, like just, and working with someone else, in this case it was Jacob Alexander, to tie that all in, was just a really positive experience and learning experience for us. So
that's awesome. And then moving it forward, do you guys have, I mean, for bands it's kind of easy just to let weeks roll by and just kind of let days turn into months. Do you have like weekly habits or rituals that you keep in place to kind of keep things going as an artist?
As of late, we've been going to New Jersey like every Monday, like Monday to Friday, to record. So that's been like the last like month and a half, just every day going out there, just spending the days out there recording and through the night, So
where in Jersey, or why Jersey?
That's where like my parents have a space like that we just kind of set up in the back and just work, and like it just gives us a lot of freedom to work there. And then when we're not in the middle of recording, it's just kind of like constant emails to each other with ideas back and forth. Like that's sort of the routine that we try to keep, of sending melodies or beats, even if it's like just 30 seconds of something that just is kind of used to just strike an idea in the other person, so that when it is like recording time, studio, that there's just a bunch of things to start picking from and working with.
And so this is a follow-up EP or LP, or
right now it's LP.
It's amazing. Let's get another song.
Sure. Okay.
Which one's this gonna be?
This is Nobody.
Okay.
Yes.
Live on Snacky Tunes. All right. Amazing. Really good.
Thank you.
Amanda?
It is incredible. You know, Greg, if I could interrupt for just a second, I was
Yeah.
going to point out Ghostly will be selling records at the fair. Do you
Oh.
think you guys might stop by?
We will be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Fantastic.
And the EP comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Oh.
So maybe
Perfect
a little,
timing.
perfect timing. For now, the EP, where does the title come from?
The title comes. It's actually the last lyrics of the record on the song "Into the Night," and it kind of stuck with us as we were like sitting there reading through all the lyrics. You know, the lyric sheet for the record, and that just really jumped out to both of us. And
I kind of like it. It's good. It's a place and time, and then stop, and then. So when you're out recording in Jersey at your parents' place, is there a particular food that you guys eat or go out, or a ritual?
It's funny you asked that.
my dad is cooking. He's really trying, and he's really trying to be a good cook. And he's like, he's
good. He's very good.
No, he is good. He is good. The joke is that my little sister, who's 17, is like the harshest critic of his cooking. She is brutal to him, but it's usually not bad. And he just tries a lot of new things. So he kind of uses us as guinea pigs. Yeah.
What are some of the hits?
The risotto was
The
very
mushroom
good.
risotto
Yeah, that
was
good.
not bad.
Yeah, that was probably the best highlight
Yeah.
so far.
Any fails, or do you not? We don't have to talk about that. Oh, you can.
Well, there was a bean and spinach
Yeah.
salad that I think your sister said tasted like shampoo.
Yeah, she did
So,
say that.
felt kind of bad for him at that moment.
In that moment, you're like, ooh. But
I liked it though.
does she cook, or is she just a critic?
She's a critic.
She's a critic.
Interesting. The record the EP comes out, and you guys have about 10 dates worth of shows coming up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maxwell's, Bowery Ballroom, awesome. Where else are you excited to go hit?
I think we're back at Crowfoot, right? Crowfoot and
Yeah.
which is a really nice stop on the Tycho tour. We saw a lot of the kind of ghostly people at that venue. This is in Michigan. It's in
Okay.
Michigan, so that was a nice venue to play.
Crowfoot?
Yeah.
Awesome.
A lot of new places this time.
That's great. And does a lot of that help come from the label itself, booking agents, or how has it grown from the first EP?
I think both. Yeah, booking agent, label, they've all been really helpful. And kind of getting us out there on the road and
Want to shout out your booking agent?
Sure. Jay from Flower Booking.
Oh.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Jay.
And then all
Shout out, Jay.
the people over at Requiem Medium.
Yeah,
Requiem
sure.
Medium set this up.
Absolutely.
That's that.
All right. Well, we got time for. Well, let's get the nuts and bolts. Where can people find you? Where can people get the EP? Where can they get all the information?
It's so we're on Tumblr, and our Tumblr is Beacon Projects, and like that we use that as a hub for all our information. But on the Ghostly website, they have a nice artist page that just really is has all our links and everything there, and kind of probably the best place to get information. Then you can also just buy everything from there as well.
Awesome. And Twitter, any of that good stuff? People want to email you.
Yeah, we have a Twitter. But our Twitter handle is a little difficult. It's 2 underscores, Beacon, and then 2 more underscores.
Was the one underscore Beacon taken?
Yeah,
It was. And Beacon was taken by...
And just this newspaper and I don't know, for a college newspaper has the Beacon tag, and I've emailed them and they've been like, oh yeah, but they can't remember the password. They want to give us the account. So.
Actually, we'll talk. I know the people over at who handle all the music relations for Twitter. So
nice.
Yeah,
That'd
we'll
be good.
we'll put you in touch.
Because ours is a mouthful.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. I want to say rip another tune because you're not really ripping tunes. Let's I don't know, wave out onto it, lo-fi out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's put some shade on a Sunday Monday.
You want to introduce this one?
Yeah, we're going to do Feelings Gone, which is the first single off the EP.
Oh, which we played last week,
Okay.
which is amazing, which is why I heard that. That's why I wanted to book you guys on the show.
Awesome.
And it's also available on our monthly column for Bullet Magazine as a download.
Nice.
Yes.
So if you search Snacky Tunes and Bullet Magazine, the September one features the next song for download and streaming, along with a few other great tracks, including Callers, who will be on next week.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank you so much, for
Amanda,
having us.
thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Shout out to the sisters. If you can go check out the Mondrian website to get tickets for the dinner tomorrow. They say there's a few tickets left. Shout out to Darren. Shout out to my parents who were here this weekend. We cooked some food together. That's a lot. Anybody? I'm going to give a shout out. Special someone?
To Jessica Young and Matt Gorney, who visited me from Orlando this weekend.
Oh.
I had a lot of good excuses to go to good restaurants this weekend.
Oh, and congratulations to previous Snacky Tunes guest Gina Turner, who's getting married to her boyfriend Laidback Luke this weekend. So yeah,
Congrats.
congratulations! A Monday wedding for all the DJs.
There's a lot going on this Monday.
It's a really busy Monday.
October 1st.
Oh yeah, it's October.
That's why.
Crazy. And James Friedman, hey buddy, what's up? Who just sat down and ate pizza. Here we go, last song. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Feeling's gone. You waited for too long. But if you just stay the night, we can find some more. We can find some more.
Thanks for listening to this program on heritageradionetwork.org. You can find all of our archived programs on our website or as podcasts in the iTunes Store by searching Heritage Radio Network. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at heritage_radio. You can email us questions at any time at info@heritageradionetwork.org. Heritage Radio Network is a non-profit organization. To donate and become a member, visit our website today. Thanks for listening.